Hey lovelies, you're welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. Let's talk about Shamea on Watch What Happens Live. She talks about her being done with her friendship with Porsha and then talks a little bit about Phaedra. So I want to talk about all of that. But please hit that like button first. Hit it. I'm going to wait. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. And then hit that subscribe button if you haven't already for more content like this. Now let's get into it. Now, Shamea is addressing the lapdog allegations. I'm sure everyone knows that Shamea has been called a lapdog by everybody at this point. Like, so many people have been calling her lapdog left, right, center. And she's not beating those allegations because of the way she has been moving on this season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I really do hope next season she comes with a new perspective, goes back to watch herself, and then decides to show up differently on the new season or the next season if she does get her peach back. So to the lapdog allegation, she's claiming that she is a loyal person. That's all it is. She's never going to feel bad about that because she's a loyal person. I completely get that, Shamea, and I'm a very loyal person. However, you say you're a loyal person, but then you move in ways that show that you're not as loyal as you think you are if you're talking about your best friend with strangers, okay? So maybe there's something that needs to be checked when you say loyalty. 1. 2, the other thing I say about loyalty is loyalty does not mean that you put yourself and involve yourself in other people's business. I could be loyal to you. So if anything pops up, I'm stepping in to make sure you don't get hurt. That's me showing my loyalty to you. I'm not out here openly criticizing you. I have a private conversation with you and I'm like, girl, that's not how we do it. Please don't do this again. And I speak to you privately and that's it. That's loyalty, right? Loyalty does not mean that my friend is having a battle with somebody that she started because of her words. And then what I would then do would be, let me insert myself. Girl, no, let her handle it. And if she can't handle it, then try to be a peacemaker by saying, okay, guys, and trying to find a resolve. That's how I show my loyalty. I'm not out here pushing the drama like Shamea has been pushing the drama. I just think she does too much, and that's why people call her a lapdog. Because think about it. Angela has been defending Drew, but nobody is calling Angela a lapdog. Kelly has been riding for Shamea, but nobody is calling Kelly a lapdog. Kelly has been riding for Britt. Nobody is calling Britt or Kelly a lapdog. The reason people are calling you a lapdog is because you exhibit certain behaviors that take things too far. It's almost like you have this need to prove yourself, prove that you're valuable in the friendship, prove what you bring to the friendship. And that's why people are not feeling you this season. So if you ever listen to this, you probably may not, but if you ever listen to this, think about it. Reflect. Why does it feel like I take it too far? What is it about me that feels like I have to go above and beyond to prove my worth to my friends and prove that I deserve this friendship? These are the questions I would like for you to ask yourself. I may be wrong, but that's how it looks like outside looking in to me. Now let's move on a little bit. Andy asked Shamea if the issue in their friendship is a bump rather than a stop. And she said for her, it's up to Porsha. For her, she's stopping. She's not doing anything anymore. She wants some grace to be extended to her, like she has always extended grace to Porsha. She wants it reciprocated and she wants the same loyalty. Here's the thing. I agree that you should want reciprocation in relationships and you should be able to communicate that. Shamea, my thing with you is I wish that you would have communicated that directly to Porsha and not to other people, because now you've also breached her trust because she feels like I can't even trust you anymore because you're speaking to my enemies or speaking to strangers about me. So you're not innocent either. And that is the thing that I struggle with when it comes to Shamea. I feel like Shamea does not take accountability for the part she plays in her own misfortune, right? It's almost like somebody feels like they are not in any way the architect, or at least responsible for part of the problems that they've created. Yes, you guys have always had an imbalance in your friendship. Absolutely, that is fine. I've been in relationships where I've noticed there was an imbalance. And guess what you do? You communicate, and then you work on finding a different balance. Work on finding a balance where your actions are being reciprocated. Because one thing I think people need to realize is different people need different things out of friendships. Sometimes your friend just needs you to call them regularly. Some other friends are like, I don't need phone calls, I need physical presence. Other friends are like, do you know what? I just need you to speak to me once a month. That is it. That's all I need. Everyone needs different things. Some people are like, do you know what? Let's just travel together. We don't have to talk. Whenever it's time to travel, let's pick up and travel together. Right? So people have different expectations and things they need from a friendship. Shamea, what do you need from your friendship with Porsha? Speak to Porsha about it. And vice versa. I feel like you both have been very non-confrontational and passive aggressive, and it's easy when you have such a long friendship that was developed when you guys were young, because it's almost like you grew up like siblings, where it's like your sibling annoys you, you're just like, oh, I'm not gonna address it, we move on. Then usually when those relationships get to a bigger stage or a greater stage, when you guys are adults and are different people, then the cracks start to show. I am saying this because I've seen this happen in a particular relationship that I've had. And it's taking us specifically working and rebuilding and being intentional to make sure that certain things are communicated, your needs are communicated. I'm responding to your needs and vice versa. So I think that's something that I really feel like Shamea and Porsha need to do. If not, it is going to happen again. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you guys don't get to the root of your issues, it will happen again. Sad, but true. It will happen again. Now, she does say that she didn't realize they were beefing, and that's why she didn't come to her Kenyan wedding, but came to the one in Atlanta. Now, what I think is interesting, though, is the other day I went on a walk. I don't know if you guys joined my live, you know I was going on a walk with the girlies, and I was talking to one of the girlies about the whole Shamea and Porsha thing. And she basically said, yeah, but her and Porsha were not really cool around the wedding period. I was like, girl, how did you know? She was like, yeah, from the show. I was like, what? Considering she hasn't watched this new season at all, she doesn't know what's going on. She has stopped watching Real Housewives in a while. And the fact that that was something she clocked onto and remembered said a lot. And I was like, wow, maybe when I have time, I need to go back and watch it myself. Because it sounds like they weren't really talking on talking terms like that. That was the time where I think Shamea was getting close to Candy, and her and Porsha were not really talking like that. And to me, that means, Shamea, you're in denial. But Porsha, also, you could have communicated it instead of being passive aggressive. I think that's the problem. Both of them are passive aggressive in different ways. Shamea will go and talk to other people. Porsha will just find every excuse to not tell you the truth. And that's why they're having issues. They need to genuinely sit down and just have a candid conversation. What's going on? How are you feeling? Why do you feel the way you are feeling? What have I done to make you feel this way? Sit down, talk about it, and I'm sure you'll feel better in the end. So I do wish the girlies the best, and I hope they're able to do that. What was also interesting was that Shamea got really emotional during the commercial break, and she was talking about she thought they were real friends for years, and she felt like that was her sister. And Andy was like, yeah, she's still your sister, and you guys will get over it at a point. It's just, you get over it at some point. And she gets emotional again. So Clearly, it is something that is bothering her. And I'm sure it bothers her that Porsha ain't seeming like she's bothered about it, because Porsha don't be talking about it. Porsha don't be posting about it. Porsha is acting like, I do not care. Like, cry if you want to. That's your business. I'ma stay out of it. Which I think must even be more upsetting for Shamea, because I feel like Shamea just wants Porsha's attention, which is crazy to me. It's like, you really want Porsha's attention and you want to fight for it, you want to get it however you can get it. That is so odd to me, and I don't understand what is it about Shamea that makes her feel like Porsha is what she needs. Like, don't get me wrong, yes, you can love your friend and stuff, but it's like, I don't want to say obsession, but it's like a need. It's almost like you need Porsha in your life. It's like, what is it about Porsha and you? What is it about your dynamic that makes it feel like, is this something where you've become too dependent on this person? And that now the fact that they're not really giving you attention is making you like go on overdrive. I don't know what it is, but you guys, please argue with me in the comments if you want. Just be respectful. Let me know what you guys think. Like, I may be completely wrong, you guys will be seeing it differently. Let me know. Let's chat about it in the comments. I did think it was interesting though that Porsha posted Shamea for her birthday. She gave her a little caption. It was short. And Shamea responded, and this is the reason I think they call you lapdog, Shamea, because even in your response you were talking about, oh, you made my day. And I'm like, I get it. You love your girl. I get it. She made your day. I get it. But at the same time, sis, you were just out here talking about her. And then all of a sudden, now all she had to do was post you on Instagram, and now she's made your day and Like, girl, it's too much. It's like, if someone just breadcrumbs you, that's enough for you to be like, oh, okay, let me jump on it. That's not to say that they both don't have parts they've played. They're both wrong. They both need to take accountability for everything they've each done before they can both move on, because one person is always going to feel slighted. And my concern is with the way Shamea responded, it's given, I'm gonna bury everything under the rug as long as we're friends again. It's like, no, girl, it's gonna come up again, and we're going to be in the same place again in a few years if we don't get it together once and for all. So please, girlies, I need you all to get it together. Get on the same page, please. Now, she was asked about Phaedra, and she was like, yeah, Phaedra was a really good addition to the season. She brought really good energy to the season. She did say that initially she was a bit nervous because the last interaction that they had wasn't so good. But Fedra was warm and nice, so she returned that energy, basically. I personally think it's understandable that she felt a bit nervous, because if we remember the previous season, it was intense. So I'm not surprised that she felt a little bit like, okay, I'm not really sure about Phaedra returning and stuff. But sounds like they've had a good season, so we'll have to wait and see what Phaedra's addition to the season would bring, to be honest. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, share, hit that subscribe button, and tap that bell button right next to it so you know every single time that I post. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.